As floodwaters begin to recede, residents on the New South Wales mid-north coast now face a traumatic recovery. Up to 10,000 properties have been impacted and thousands are still isolated, many without power. The flooding has resulted in 5 deaths. Authorities are now warning that while the worst of the wet weather is over, safety is still a priority in the clean-up phase.
Dave Aylwood's home of 35 years is now barely recognisable. When the floodwaters arrived in Taree, they rose rapidly.
I think it took everyone by surprise, the speed and the power in it, like moving water.
Virtually every item in every room was destroyed, except for the family photo. It was hanging on the wall today as his children stepped in to help with the sweeping, and his mates showed up with machines. Scenes like this are playing out across the mid-north coast. The Premier dropped into Taree today to visit local business owners.
Chris Mears. Thanks for coming. I'm really sorry, mate. Yeah. You must be devastated.
He didn't meet Brianna Curie, but she's having a tough time too. The pet shop owner fears she's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of stock. She'll need government support, but says it's not clear how she can get it.
What help are they if they're not got a pair of gloves on and helping clean up or, coming around and telling us what we can do?
The state and federal governments are jointly funding personal hardship grants of $180 or $900 for families, but it's yet to be confirmed when they'll begin.
I was hopeful to have a date or a time when they'd be operational today, but unfortunately I don't have that.
The Premier says it's important to get the rollout right, promising it won't be far away, while the federal government's payments for workers who have lost income as a result of the disaster begins tomorrow. As you can see, this street in Taree is still a muddy mess, and there is a mammoth clean-up effort underway here, with residents pitching in to help each other drag the furniture from their homes. The Insurance Council says it's already received more than 1,600 claims, but the problem is most of these people were unable to insure their properties. 5 people have lost their lives in the flood zone. There were questions today about what interactions police had with a 60-year-old woman before she was swept away in her vehicle in floodwaters in Dorrigo.
I understand the heartbreak of the family involved, and I'm just not going to put the boot into a police officer at this point. I don't know what happened.
Police have confirmed an investigation into the incident is underway. Fiona Willan, ABC News, Taree.
A massive operation continued today, ferrying essential supplies to communities that remain cut off by floodwater. Boats and helicopters have been shuttling back and forth, and a high-tech drone was in action delivering vital medication to a cancer patient. Victoria Pengilly reports.
After 5 days in the field, this SES crew is finally heading home.
It's been frantic, hectic at times, but our team's pulled together so well. I'm so proud of all the guys. You guys jump on first.
Across the mid-north coast, 15 towns are still isolated by floodwaters, including Kempsey, which is now virtually an island.
Welcome back.
Those still in Gladstone have been cut off for days, with basic supplies running low.
We have a patient here in South West Rocks under hospital in the home who needed medication, so we took the opportunity to come home.
You can see why many residents living along the Macleay River will be cut off for some time to come. The water is still virtually lapping at their front doorsteps, and it could take weeks for it to recede.
So that's the front of our local store, people wading through the water to get to it.
It looks pretty in the sunshine, but there's really nowhere to go, and we just have to wait a couple of days until the river and everything else subsides so we can get out.
Local land services have been dropping hay to stranded animals by air after farmers were forced to cut fences to free livestock.
Animals could be stranded for days on a very small bit of land without any food, so it's really a vital sort of work that we do.
In the wider Kempsey area, the resupply effort continues.
The river levels are falling, so what that is allowing us to do is get urgent medical supplies into isolated communities. Stranded cancer patients had urgent medical supplies delivered by drone in what's believed to be an Australian first. In Taree, rescue crews evacuated 70 seniors from a flooded retirement village, while businesses up and down the coast are running short of supplies.
We're making the best of what we have for the locals. There's plenty of beer, the river's flowing, but so is the beers.
Keeping the doors open against all odds. Victoria Pengilly, ABC News, Kempsey.